A very warm evening and a very warm welcome to all my attendees and to my guest for tonight. So we are here again with one more webinar, and as we all know that the entire world has been hit by this pandemic, but yet all the universities and colleges have tried to keep the education system very much going and stand strong against the entire pandemic. They have tried various and numerous ways, maybe the online classes or relaxing in the application process to uphold the dreams of all the people aspiring to go abroad very much alive. And today we have Tyson Manering with us from Murray State University, a university which is well known in USA and doesn't need an introduction. With more than 66 bachelor program and 44 master courses, it gives all the aspirants their choices of courses. And talking about Tyson Manring, he's been one person who would advise all the people who are wanting to go and study abroad with just one particular forum which says that he would suggest you on your professional front, also on the students who are already commencing. He would suggest them about their career, about what profession should they choose. So he's the one-stop destination for all the aspirants' question. So very warm welcome, Tyson. Over to you.
All right. Well, good evening and greetings. Thank you, Tanvi. I appreciate the introduction. That was very nice. My name is Tyson Manering. As Tanvi mentioned, I work with international students here at Murray State University. And so a warm greetings to all of you. I believe most of you are tuning in from India. And I'm going to give you some information about studying in the United States. I'm going to give you information about Murray State University, and then we will have some questions that we'll take at the end, and it'll be a nice discussion. So again, thank you. All right, Murray State University is a public university. We're located, like I said, in the United States. We're in a state called Kentucky, which is a very welcoming place. We are actually in a college town. We're not located in a big city. We're located in a town which is has about 20,000 residents, but the main part of the town itself is the university. So we call it a college town, and it's really a very safe and friendly, welcoming place for international students. We are very proud of our international students at Murray State University. We have 400 international students on our campus. Our students come from many different countries. We actually have students from about 60 different countries currently studying here. So a very diverse campus, but obviously, when you come to the US, you're going to be with mostly Americans as well. And so that's something that we're very proud of, is that we offer a really, really exciting college experience. And you can take a look here. This is a map of the United States. The U.S. is a very big country. We actually we have about 4,000 universities in the United States. And so, you all tuning in today, you're doing your research, you're trying to get more information about the universities in the United States. So that's really a good thing that you're attending these webinars, so that you can get as much information as possible when you're making a decision. Like I said, universities in the U.S., they can be very large universities, they can be small universities, they can be located in big cities, they can be located in small cities. And so, those are all kind of things that you have to think about when you're making your selection. Another thing that you would think about would be things like your budget. How much can you afford to spend for your education? Studying here in the U.S., we'll talk about this in a little bit, but studying here is expensive, right? So you want to do your research. There are some universities that are, very expensive. There are some that are more affordable. So, those kind of things are all the things you have to consider when you're making your decision. So Murray State University, like I said, we have a beautiful campus. We have about 60 buildings on campus. And what's great about where we are is everything is close together. It's a big university, but everything's close together. So as an international student, you don't need a car, right? You can walk from one side of campus to the other side of campus. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes, and it's a very safe place, and so that's why a lot of our international students, they they love Murray State. You know, they really, really like it here. You can see a couple of the different designations that we've received over the years. We were actually considered a few years ago as the friendliest small town in America, right? So when you come here, you know, it's a big move for you. You know, you're coming from your country, you're going to a new country, you're meeting new people. But what's really great is when you come here to our university community, you're going to feel very welcome. And we have, you know, students, we have professors, we have the staff and the International Student Office. Everybody's going to be here to help you, and we want you to be successful during your studies here. Talking about safety, you can also see that we are considered one of the safe communities in America. And, you know, it's obviously, you know, a big concern, you know, your parents, you want to be safe. And so, you know, we offer a very safe a campus environment. Talking about the academic programs, you know, this is another thing that we are very proud of is our academic excellence. We have 143 bachelor's and master's programs. We do have some doctoral programs as well. Our degrees are fully accredited, which means that, you know, your degree, your education here will be recognized by employers, by other universities around the world. Okay, so this is something very important. You know, as you're doing your research into US universities, you want to make sure that you're selecting a university that's fully accredited, because, you know, this is it's an investment in your future, you know, and the degree from Murray State University will be very, very valuable to you as you are looking for employment, or maybe you're going to continue your education. It's very important to look into the academic side when you're doing your research. Our university, we have a very small faculty student ratio, or student to faculty ratio. It's about 15 to 1. And so the typical classroom size is, you know, 15 to 20 students in the classroom. And sometimes there are even smaller classes, 5 or 10 students. And so that's what's really nice about studying in the United States is the individualized attention that you will get in the classroom. You'll actually get to know your professors by name. They'll know you by name. You know, it's more of, there's a lot of interaction between you and the professor and you and the other students in the classroom. And so it's really, really, it's a really good learning environment. You can take a look here. These are some of the rankings that we have from Murray State University. We're actually considered a top tier university by US News and World Report. We've had this ranking for almost 30 years now. We are also on the list of America's best colleges, and that's by Forbes magazine. So, you know, another thing you can look at as you're doing your research, you know, check out the university's rankings. Forbes and US News, those are two of the main rankings that, you know, students can look at when you're doing your research. Okay, talking about the undergraduate programs. So these are our bachelor's degrees, and I think we probably have a few students listening today who are interested in coming for a bachelor's degree. I know typically students from India, you know, they come typically for a master's degree, but we at Murray State, we have still a good number of students from India coming for bachelor's programs. And so you can take a look. We have, you know, about 90 different bachelor's programs, everything from business, cybersecurity, computer science, engineering, you know, agriculture. So, you know, you can definitely explore more of these, you know, through our website, Murray State's website, through Collegedunia, the website that they have as well. But bachelor's degrees, I'll tell you, bachelor's degrees in the US, they're 4-year degrees. And so typically the first couple of years, you'll be doing what we call general studies courses. Okay, so no matter what your major is, you know, if your degree is going to be in engineering or computer science or business, no matter what field you're studying for your degree, you'll still do general studies, right? And that's going to be fields like English, math, science, history. Okay, so that'll be kind of your first year, second year, and then by your third year and fourth year, you're really focused in on your major. For those of you interested in master's programs, we have about 30 master's programs, very solid programs, especially our Indian students, they like the STEM programs. So STEM is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Most of our Indian students come for STEM programs. So for us, we have a really strong engineering management program. We have a very strong earth and environmental sciences program. Also information systems. This is in our computer science department. Is a very, very popular program. But increasingly, we are seeing Indian students coming for other degrees, like agriculture. We have a good number of Indian students in our agriculture program. We also have a Master of Public Administration program with a concentration in public health. And so that program is also very popular right now. So basically, master's programs in the US typically take 1.5 to 2 years to complete. So that'll be, 3 or 4 semesters to complete your master's degree. There's some more photos here of our campus. Like I said, we have a very beautiful campus. I would encourage everybody to go on to our website. You can get a virtual tour of our campus. It's really pretty. On to the costs and the scholarships. So this is obviously one of the things you really need to consider, when you're thinking about studying in the United States. Every university is different. Some, as I mentioned, are very expensive. Some are more affordable. Also, some universities have different scholarships that they offer. So it's really important that you really do your research. Murray State University, we're considered more on the affordable side. We're a public university, so our university does receive funding from the government. And so for that reason, our tuition is more on the affordable side. And we do offer scholarships to international students. So you all can take a look here. This is the kind of an estimate for 1 year. Tuition for bachelor's students is about $13,920 per year. And then living expenses, this is books and meals and your residence hall room, all of that will be about $10,000 per year. For master's students, this is a very conservative estimate, meaning most master's students are spending much less than what's listed here. So basically, how it works for our master's programs is there are typically for one master's degree, there will be 10 courses or 10 subjects in order to get the degree. The tuition cost for each subject is $2,400. Okay, so 10 courses at $2,400, you're looking at getting your entire master's degree for about 24,000 US dollars. So that's a very, very good value. If you compare that with other institutions, we feel like it's a very good affordable rate for international students. And another thing that we can we can help you with, we do have scholarships. You can see that on this page. We encourage all students to apply for these scholarships because a lot of times we have more scholarships available than we have applicants for them. I think a lot of times students, they feel like, oh, they're not going to take the time to do the scholarship application because they're not good enough, and maybe there's so many other people applying, they're not going to get the scholarship, and then you wind up not applying. So my recommendation is, if you're applying to Murray State University or you're applying to other universities in the U.S., definitely apply for the scholarships. Okay. So we offer international leadership scholarships. They're $1,000 per year. And like I said, we have a lot of these available. So, once you apply for admission, you are admitted, you'll get access to your student account, and then you can apply for the scholarships through your student account. And we can help you with that. We also have need-based scholarships as well. So there are other ways to get scholarships. Another thing that you can do besides the scholarships is you can work on campus as a student worker. So we have, almost all of our international students, they want to work on campus, and so It's an easy process. We'll help you get all the paperwork taken care of, and you can actually make about $600 per month as a student worker on campus. You can't work off campus. You know, you're coming to the U.S. on a student visa, so the main purpose for you coming here is academics, you know, to study. But at the same time, while you're studying, you can work on campus, and so that's a good way to make about $500 or $600 a month. And as a graduate student, that will basically cover all of your living expenses. Okay, talking more about some of the on-campus activities. This is a favorite one for me because you know, we get to really get involved with our international students, and we actually have a really strong Indian Student Association here at Murray State University. We have about 40 students from India currently studying here, so it's a nice, very nice population. We did earlier this year, we had the Holi celebration. That was a lot of fun. And I would encourage you all to go onto our website. You can see we have a nice, funny video from the Holi celebration. So check that out. But basically, you know, there is always something going on campus. You know, you're coming here to get a degree and to, you know, expand your career opportunities. But at the same time, you know, you want to come and get involved with the different events and activities on campus. So please do that. We have a lot of facilities, you know, as far as if you're into sports, there's, you know, an indoor gym, an indoor swimming pool. We are also, you know, American universities are very big into sports. So there's also an opportunity to go and get involved with athletics. Living on campus, for those of you who are bachelor students, you know, we want you to live on campus for your first 2 years, just because it's a very safe place. You know, it's a way for you to get involved and a way for you to meet other people. So living on campus, absolutely. For those of you who are graduate students, we do have 135 apartments on campus. So you can live in a fully furnished apartment on campus, you know, laundry, Wi-Fi, there's a kitchen, and it's very inexpensive. It's about $450 per month. That includes everything, electricity, and you can have a roommate. So if you have a roommate, you can spend, you know, $225, $250 per month to live on campus in a private apartment. So a lot of our graduate students, they do live on campus. So we have many different, you know, restaurants and cafes and places on campus for you to grab some food. And then obviously a lot of student services, a lot of facilities. You know, as I mentioned before, at Murray State University, we are very proud of our international students, and we want our international students to be successful. I've actually been working at Murray State University for 9 years, and I've been in the same office for 9 years. I've been helping international students like you apply for admission, helping you with scholarships, and then, you know, helping you to finalize all the things you need to come here and begin your studies, you know. But we also have a large team in our office that, you know, once you're here, we will be with you the whole way. So that's one thing that we're very proud of, and so we want to support you during your studies. There are also other offices on campus that do a lot for students. You know, we have a health service on campus. We have a career service office. This is an important one for you, you know, coming to the U.S. You want to get some work experience when you graduate. And so we have a career service office on campus. They do 2 career fairs every year, and they will bring in, you know, 100, 120, 150 companies will come in, and this is your opportunity to interact with those employers. And so we have, you know, students that get really good job placements when they graduate, and definitely, you know, take advantage of the services offered by the career service office. So check that out as well. Okay. So basically, you know, the next step for you is, you know, obviously do your research. You want to find out what the university offers in terms of academic programs. So find out, does the university have the program that I want to study? Is it accredited? You want to talk about the costs and the scholarships that are available. And then, you can start applying for admission. We at Murray State University, actually this has been updated a little bit. We accept IELTS or TOEFL. We accept Duolingo, PTE. We accept a lot of different test scores now that we didn't in the past. Right now, Duolingo seems to be very popular with students because I think it's the least expensive option. But basically, once you have your English language scores, then you can apply for admission. And we have an online application, and usually it takes about 15 minutes to apply. We accept scanned copies of all the documents, so you don't need to mail anything to us. You can just have them as a PDF and upload them to your online application. The application fee is $50, and usually for students applying for a bachelor's degree, usually it takes about 3 to 5 days to get an admission decision. For master's students, usually it takes about 10 days to get a decision on your application. But we try to make it as quick as possible. Definitely reach out to me, reach out to the counselors there at Collegedunia, and we can try to help you apply for the best program that meets your goals. We want you to be selecting the best program, so reach out to us. If you go to our website, like I said, this is murraystate.edu/international. This is our webpage for international students. Check that out and reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you more information, and we'd be happy to help you apply for admission. And then we would be excited, very much so, to see you here and welcome you to Murray State University. So I think that's all for the presentation, Tanvi. Do we want to move on to some questions from some of the students?
Yeah, thank you so much, Tyson. It was actually a very informative presentation, and I believe we have already solved a lot of queries via the presentation for the students. So coming towards the first question that is in every aspirant's mind these days, is it the right time to travel, or should they postpone their plans? So how is it the right time to travel or to study in the university? What is your take on it?
Yeah, that's the question everybody has right now, definitely. We are opening in August. So Murray State University is planning to open for traditional face-to-face courses this August for the fall semester. And so, I mean, we're definitely very excited about that. So we are reopening as a university. As far as students who are applying for admission right now, yes, I mean, we're still accepting applications. We're still encouraging students to apply for admission. We're still able to issue the I-20, which is the immigration document that students will need when they go apply for the visa. But we understand right now that a lot of places are still on lockdown. Maybe the U.S. Embassy isn't open yet for visa interviews, and so it could be a problem, for this August. There might be some embassies or consulates that might be opening in the next couple of weeks, and so that's why we're still telling students to go ahead and apply for fall, get your I-20 for fall, and then as soon as the embassy opens up, then you can make your visa appointment. If a student isn't able to come in August, we will be happy to just defer. We call it to defer admission to the next semester, which would be in January. And any scholarships that the students were receiving, they'll continue. We'll defer the scholarships as well, and then we can have the students come in January. So yes, definitely go ahead and still apply for admission, and we'll try to get you here in August. If you can't make it in August, then we can help you come in January. The other option is a lot of our programs can be taken online. So if a student wants to go ahead and start their studies, they can take the same courses, the same professors. They can take the courses online as well. So either way, either we can have you come in August, or we can have you come in January, or in August, if you would like, you can start taking online classes. So we'd be happy to help out in all those ways. Do you have any, Tanvi, do you have any more questions?
We will resume in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Kindly be with us.
Hi, Tyson. Can you hear me now? I'm very sorry for the unstable connection. Can you hear me, Tyson?
Hey Tyson, are we audible now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Tyson, you may please continue with the. I think the presentation is done. Okay, so Tanvi, we can start with the questions now, please.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So, Tyson, we coming back to the next question. You mentioned it during
All right.
your.
Well, thank you all. I'm sorry. I think we had a little bit of a connection issue there, so I'm hoping that you all can hear me well. Thank you again for tuning in to the presentation, and I'm really happy that so many people are interested in coming to the United States and studying at Murray State University. Like I said, we're a public university in the United States, and so we'd be happy to have you come to our university. So we have a question here. I'm looking at the chat. If you all have any questions, just go ahead and ask us a question in the chat box, and we'll do our best to answer.
Tyson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so Tyson, so we would come back to the second question now. So you were
Okay,
talking,
sure.
while you were talking about the university. Tyson, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so while you were doing your presentation, you spoke about a lot of scholarships, that your university offers a lot of scholarships. So a lot of students want to know exactly when can they apply for the scholarship, and are they based on extracurricular activities, or they are just based on their academic records, and how can they start applying it? They have to apply it while their application process or once they receive the offer letter?
Great. Yes, that's a good question. So we do have scholarships for international students. And so basically the way it works is, you will first apply for admission. And once you've been admitted to the university, then we will send you all the information you need to access your student account. And once you're in your student account, then you can start applying for the scholarships. The good thing is we have just one scholarship application. And with that one scholarship application, you'll be applying for all the scholarships that we offer. You'll be considered for all the scholarships that we offer. So the main one that we have is called the International Leadership Scholarship. And this is a $1,000 scholarship that you would get every year. We also have other scholarships that are need-based scholarships, which is based more on like the financial need. So yes, definitely, definitely apply for the scholarships. Like I was saying, we oftentimes don't get that many applications for the scholarships. So, you know, if you decide to apply to Murray University, we'll be happy to help you get your scholarship application submitted. But also, if they're universities, that's my advice, is definitely try to as many scholarships as.
Okay. And then Tyson, we have Vinita who has this question. I have a 9 year of work experience and I have a 6 band in IELTS. Can I do a master from your university? And if yes, which are the courses she's eligible for?
Sure. Yes. Our minimum IELTS score is 6. Some of our programs we actually can accept a 5.5, but generally, if you have a 6 or higher, then you'd be able to get admission into our master's programs. Now, some of our master's programs require GRE scores. So, for example, we have an MBA, Master Business Administration program. We have an Information Systems program, which is in our computer science department. Both of those programs require GRE scores, but the other master's programs do not. So with an IELTS, or Duolingo or TOEFL, you can get admission into most of our master's programs. It's just those two programs, the MBA and the Information Systems program, which require the GRE test score.
Tyson, I would really appreciate if you can also tell all our attendees the minimum score required for TOEFLs and PTE as well, and also for Duolingo. So that would be great for them. For a bachelor's degree, what is the minimum score they require? And for a master's degree, what is the minimum score they require? So if you can tell them.
Perfect, yes. So for the IELTS, the minimum score is 5.5. For the TOEFL, the minimum score is 61. For PTE, the minimum is 45. And for Duolingo, the minimum is 90. We do, like I said, some programs will require a little bit higher score. So if you have an IELTS of 6 or a TOEFL of 71 or a Duolingo of 100, that would be the best. So, if you're preparing right now to go and take those tests, my recommendation is, try to get, an IELTS of 6 or TOEFL of 71 or higher. But sometimes we can take a little bit less score. So Basically, that's the minimum for our university.
Then we have a query from a gentleman who says, I'm 44 years old and I want to do a PhD in psychology in USA. Is that possible with my age? And if yes, what is the eligibility criteria?
Sure. We don't have at Murray State, we don't have a PhD program in psychology. We do have a master's degree in general psychology, and then also a master's in clinical psychology. Usually, and for those two programs, they're open for international students. We do have international students in those programs. You would need typically a bachelor's degree or maybe another master's degree in psychology. And you would also, you would need IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo scores. And then you would also want to take the GRE test. Our psychology program does require GRE scores. But yeah, it's a great program. Absolutely.
Okay, so then we have Milton who has asked this question. Sir, I really want to do mass communication. Is there any particular scholarship provided for the mass communication program? As I belong from a very poor family, so what are the particular scholarships for a mass communication program?
Sure. So the way our master's programs work is there are typically 10 subjects in the master's degree, and basically the cost for each subject, the tuition cost is $2,400, and so for the entire degree, the total tuition for the entire master's degree is going to be about $24,000 US. Now you don't have to pay that all at one time. So you will actually, you will pay your tuition at the beginning of each semester, or you can set up an installment plan and you can make 3 payments during each semester. So what I'm trying to say is, our tuition is, affordable, compared with other universities in the US. It's a very good value. And at the same time, you don't have to pay all the tuition at one time. You can set up a payment plan where you make payments during each semester. As far as helping to lower your costs a little bit, we definitely want you to apply for those scholarships. We can help you when you get to campus. We can help you find a student worker job on campus. Those jobs, it has to be on campus. I mean, you're coming to the United States as a student, so you cannot work off campus, but we do have jobs on campus. You can make about $500 to $600 per month working on campus, and that way, you can almost pay for your living expenses with the student worker job from working on campus. So yeah, I mean, we'll try our best to help you afford your studies when you come here.
So Tyson, probably I was also coming to the next question that was regarding the part-time jobs. So which you clearly mentioned that you guys provide a lot of on-campus jobs. So what are the kind of on-campus jobs that you're providing for people to earn a living there, like for the part-time? So what are the kind of jobs a person for a bachelor's degree or master's degree can majorly do on campus?
Sure. So the student worker positions could be really anywhere on campus. A lot of students will start working in one of the cafeterias on campus or maybe in the coffee shop. But we have international students that work in our libraries. We have international students that are working in the academic colleges, biology, chemistry, computer science, the academic departments, they will always need student workers as well. In our international student office, we have student workers. So it could really be, it could be anywhere on campus. But it's usually easy to find. Yeah, I mean, we had in January of this year, we had about 75 new students, and a lot of them wanted to work. They wanted to get a job on campus, and within a few weeks, they had found their job and they had the permit, and it's a pretty easy process.
Okay, then we have a person who has asked us this question that I have a bachelor's degree for 3 years. So am I eligible for your university? He doesn't have a bachelor's degree for 4 years. So is 3 years bachelor's degree accepted at your university?
In some cases, yes. We do accept 15 years of education, the 3-year, the 3-year bachelor's degree. We can accept it under two. There are two rules, two things to be in place. Number one, the college that the student is coming from should be a NAAC A-rated college, and the student should have the graduation in the first division. So if you did from a NAAC A-rated college division, then you can come to university and you can start your master's degree. For the students that maybe they didn't graduate in the first division, or the college attended A-rated by NAAC, then they would need to come here to finish they would get another bachelor's to Murray State University. But yes, we have a lot of really good students who have 3-year bachelor's degrees. A lot of them come from the Bachelor of Science. Some students come for our Information Systems program, our MBA program. So yes, yeah, and if any of those students if they have any questions, definitely reach out to us here at Murray State, and we can give you some good guidance, and help you apply.
Sure. Then we have Navjeet, who has asked us this question: is there any course in the undergrad level which is a combination of psychology and mathematics both? So do you provide a course like that for mathematics and psychology both?
Sure. Typically those two programs are in different departments, but you could do something what we call maybe a double major, so you would actually be able to take courses in psychology, and you could take courses in mathematics, which is in a different department. So absolutely, I mean, that's totally possible, definitely.
So we also have students who want to know about the engineering courses available at your university for undergrad level and also for the postgrad level, and what is the kind of fee structure for an engineering program at your university. So if you can please tell us something about it.
Sure. So we do have a very strong Institute of Engineering at Murray State University. And for our bachelor's programs, we have accreditation by the National Engineering Society here in the U.S. It's the best kind of affiliation that engineering school can have, and it's ABET. So when you're looking at universities in the U.S., look at those universities that have the accreditation from the engineering professional organization called ABET, ABET. And basically what that allows is, if you're graduating or you're getting your degree from a program with this ABET affiliation, it means that you can be a licensed engineer in the US when you graduate, right? So this is very important for you if you want to get work experience. So definitely take a look at the universities that have that affiliation with ABET. It's an accrediting body. Basically, it's an organization that says that Murray State University's engineering program is very strong academically, right? So we have a civil and sustainability engineering program. So civil and sustainability engineering, that's a 4-year bachelor's degree. And then we also have an engineering physics program. That's also a 4-year bachelor's degree. And within that program, you can do mechanical engineering, you can do aerospace engineering, we have 5 or 6 concentrations within our engineering physics program. So those are 2 very, very good undergraduate programs that we offer. At the master's level, we have an engineering management program. And that program also is very strong. It's a STEM program, so it's in the science, technology, engineering, mathematics field. And what's good about that is, there are a lot of job opportunities for students when they graduate, because if you're graduating from a STEM program, then you can actually get 3 years of work experience in the US with your student visa. So you get your student visa, you come here for one of the STEM programs, you keep your student visa when you graduate, and you can actually work for 3 years. So that's a very popular program that we have, engineering management.
Okay. So Tyson, coming towards employability, everybody wants to get a job once they are done with their course. So how does your university provides help for students, international students, to actually get a job or to secure a job? How do you people help them?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have a career services office on campus, and so our career services office, actually, we do 2 very large career events every year, where we will have about 100 to 150 companies will come to Murray State's campus. And this is the best opportunity for you as a student to start meeting and interacting with the employers. And you can start looking for your kind of your career opportunities, before you graduate. So that's very important. We definitely encourage all international students to be involved with the services offered by the Career Service Office. If it's resume writing or interviewing skills, or how to properly apply for a position. So that's what our Career Services Office is there for. I will say, 99% of our Indian students who have graduated recently, they have found positions here in the U.S. They want to get work experience, and so we help students with the work authorization process. Once they are getting close to graduation, we will definitely be there to help you get the paperwork completed for the work authorization. So almost, I can say, almost 100% of our Indian students are, they wanted to stay in the U.S. to get work experience, and that's what they did. So definitely we are there to help with that. I mean, we are a university, but at the same time, we understand that, part of getting a good education is the career opportunities that it opens up for you in the future. So we're here to help with that.
Okay, so then Tyson, we have Urvashi Kumari, who really wants to know about a master's degree in interior designing or any relevant course that your university provides, because she's looking for an admission abroad in an interior designing program.
Okay. Hi, Urvashi. So we actually have a construction and architecture management degree. We don't have interior design, unfortunately, but the closest one that we have is architecture and construction management, which I think for you would be a really good option, because first of all, it's a STEM degree, and I think you'd have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of great design work as a part of the architecture program. So take a look at that one.
So Tyson, coming towards the next question, there are a lot of students who really struggle a lot writing their statement of purposes. The statement of purpose or their essay that they have to write for an admission or maybe for a scholarship. I believe, yeah. So there are a lot of students who struggle a lot while writing their statement of purpose or their essays while they're applying for scholarship. So what are the pointers according to you that if they use that in their statement of purpose, they can actually get an admission?
Sure. You know, I'll tell you, at the undergraduate level, if you're applying for a bachelor's program, you know, Murray State University, we're really not focused so much on the statement of purpose. Typically, we're going to look at your grades, you know, from high school, and we're going to look at your test scores. If it's IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo, we're going to look at your percentage from high school, and we're going to look at your English test score. So the statement of purpose for undergraduate students is not so important. For master's students, most programs also are not as, you know, focused on the statement of purpose. We do have some that are. For example, you know, I'll tell you, like our MBA program or our information systems program, they are basically looking at your marks, and they're looking at your scores, you know, your English test scores and your G scores. But other programs, for example, agriculture, psychology, you know, we have a engineering management program. They are going to purpose. So yeah, I mean, I think it's good to, you know, to make sure you have a strong statement of purpose. I think it should probably, I mean, my opinion, my recommendation is just make it truthful. You know, first of all, you are, you know, you're trying to impress the professors, but at the same time, I think just be honest and be truthful in your letter. Usually short letters are good. I don't think professors probably have a lot of time to you know, to read a super long letter. So, you know, a 1 or 2 page statement of purpose usually is sufficient for most professors. You know, I think what you can do is definitely, you know, reach out to the international student office at the university that you're applying to. You know, reach out to me. I can kind of give you some advice on, you know, which programs will require a statement of purpose. Like I said, some programs, if you're applying to them, they're not even going to look at it. Some of them, they want a really strong statement of purpose. So I think, you know, try to do as much research as you can about the university and the academic program, and reach out to the international office, and they can probably give you some advice. But in my opinion, I think just keep them short, and, you know, I think you'll have a really good statement of purpose, short and concise.
Okay. So then there are a lot of people who are wanting to know about how can they apply for a PhD course at your university. So what is the criteria and the application process for a PhD degree there?
Sure. So we have basically 3 doctoral programs. Most of our programs are at the bachelor's and master's levels. We do have 3 doctoral programs. One is a Doctor of Arts in English, which is going to be for students, maybe if you're an English teacher or a professor and you need a doctoral degree, this would be good for those people. We do have a Doctor of Education. This is more in education administration, community leadership. Very good degree if you're going to be, you know, in a educational setting, an administrator or a leader in an educational setting. So that's the Doctor of Education. And we also have a Doctor of Nursing Practitioner program. So if anybody is, you know, is a nurse and they're looking for the Doctor of Nursing Practitioner program, we have that one as well. But most of our students are coming for bachelor's degrees. The master's for Indian students, you know, is typically the most popular that we have, you know, are the master's degrees for Indian students.
Okay, so Tyson, you know, because of the entire ongoing situation, a lot of people who were aspiring to go out couldn't give their examination, maybe GRE, SAT, TOEFL. So there are a lot of students who are wanting to know if your university has provided some kind of relaxation, maybe for a GRE score, if it's waived off or something like that. So can you please tell us if GRE is waived off for any particular course?
Right. So right now, I don't know what the situation is in India, but I believe that the GRE can be taken from a home computer now. So you might check into that. I know that, like IELTS, TOEFL, and obviously Duolingo, those are the for computer at home. I believe take it from the person. We still require the
Hi, Tyson. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
Tyson, we have mostly answered a lot of questions. So, which was very interesting, and it was lovely interacting with you as well. So, I would love if you can give us a parting note so that we can then sum up the entire webinar.
Well, thank you, Tanvi. It was a pleasure, and I'd like to thank everybody who has been listening to the webinar. And I know we may have had a few technical problems there along the way, but thank you for your questions. They're very good questions. The United States is a very strong study destination. Murray State University is, a public university in the United States, and we're very proud of our international students. Like I said at the beginning, we have almost 400 international students on our campus, and we have over 40 students currently here from India. And so I would encourage you all to reach out to us, let us know if you have any questions, and then let's go ahead and have you apply for admission. We would love to see you here in August or January of next year if August isn't possible. And I'd like to just thank you all again for listening. It was very interesting for me to give the presentation. I've been to India many times, and it's a wonderful country and very diverse, very nice people there in India. And so I think when you come to the United States, you're also going to be welcomed here, and you'll have many good experiences here. So thank you again for your time, and namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tyson. It was lovely interacting with you. And to all my viewers, I hope we have solved a lot of queries for you. We'd be coming. Take care. Have a good night.